wild. Okay.
Well, you know,
calm down a little bit, but not too much.
Start with Bind. We're starting with Binds, and then we'll get to the rest. And this is the Prime Gaming Agent Select Riven off the bat. I am compelled to ask you, are you happy with what you're seeing here? Does this all add up?
Looking at Sentinel squad, they got everything from the Raze, the Viper, to the Astra, to the Reyna, as we would expect. And I don't think we're seeing too much different on the other side. Sova, Brim, yeah. So we're good to go. We're good to go. Composition played 25 times by FNATIC. Tried and true. Coming out of the Prime Gaming Agent Select for them here on Bind. And Sentinels have been running this one for less 4 plays, which kind of does span a bit of time. But I think 25 rosters of this Agent Select for FNATIC beats that out. And that might be why FNATIC is so damn good on Bind. Attack win rate, 62%. Defense win rate, 62%. So it's like I said before, when you're looking at win rate percentages on maps for sides and whatnot, you're at your 54s, you're like, all right, that's decent. 58s, you're getting up there. Whenever it's over 60, you're like, holy crap, this team is doing something real good on attack. So let's see what FNATIC has. This is their map, this is their pick. We're into map 2 for Grand Finals.
FNATIC kicking things off with the attack. And Sentinels might bring the action to them here, looking maybe for like a swing, but will be falling back actually. The Shock Dust not doing too much. Close to taking a lick of damage, but the orb control is with FNATIC now. The wall is quite annoying to deal with. I'm liking the TP play coming through from FNATIC here, suggesting that they're doing a bigger rotation, but what does it really mean? You know, Sentinels are going to want to confirm this info with a peek on Belong, and they just saw nothing off of the peak. So now that means that there's an advantage, there's a window, there's a hole here. That Sentinels rotating to A because they think that this is definitely an A play. Beautiful fake from FNATIC, my goodness.
Oh, I got Boaster in there doing the flex with Brim. He runs in there solo, runs back out. The wall gives him a bit more cover, and now it's a scramble. Shazam here on the outside. His shock dart is already, or sorry, sonar dart has already been used, so they can't get that in. And now it's just going to be havoc being wreaked by the pistols.
The question is, what is there for the post-plant? And that's the answer. We get those snake bite lineups. That's going to cause all kinds of problems. Mystic waiting for the perfect moment to shoot the next one, and they got to try to hold on here. Durka will do a good job there. Mystic, with that snake bite, able to take down another. And this is looking quite grim here for TenZ. Last person standing, Durka. It's going to be able to swing with that ghost.
Beautiful.
Make it look easy. Beautiful stuff indeed. And that fake was, that is just amazing. I can't really put it into words how impressive it is and how perfect it went.
The rounds like this for FNATIC actually required so much because they're in with only a few members. You still had 2 members of FNATIC over towards A, mainly Boaster as well, inside A, faking for even more. So all of the members that were at B had to do their job perfectly to make sure that was planted, make sure Mystic could get back. So they kind of handicapped themselves getting into B that round, still were able to make it happen. Great play by FNATIC here. Let's see what Sentinels can do for a second round against the Spectres.
And FNATIC with that opening, taking control of Showers, picking up the orb. Of course, they are just against pistols, and they're well aware of that. You know, normally you'd love to have a way to get information as to where the stack is going to be, or you'd want to try to pressure something to really mess with the defender rotations. And I was about to say Sentinels being extremely quiet, not showing themselves. That's the only moment that a Sentinels player showed himself, and it's a Sheriff headshot to kick it off.
Quick nade to the back, a little displacement is good. As Dapper gets rocked pretty hard here. So the sonar bolt comes out. I'll get it right one of these days. Beautiful job by Mystic, and it's just slow play. Don't go too hard, too close to the angles, knowing there could be a shotgun, there could be a Sheriff. Play it from distance, and Mystic just setting up all the utility to make sure the plant is nice and easy.
Yeah, I like how he's done this, very methodical. Dapper will get flashed, that's information. They know one is towards that elbow position now. So, oh my god, Sentinels. They definitely have some aim with that Sheriff, but the Spectres still look to be strong enough to hold this site. TenZ is still alive though. Oh my god, Six just running in and spraying through the smoke. That will be FNATIC closing it down. 2 players surviving, so Sentinels did do an immense amount of damage somehow, but very well played from FNATIC.
Kind of like what we saw going the other way. It's like Icebox first few rounds now on Bind, but flopped for FNATIC. Getting a good amount of frags, getting fragged on. And we will see Mystic starting off nice with a bit of money in his hands. So CC has 300 or 3,000, 3,400. So really good money starting now. Doma loves to go for that Phantom real early. Him and Magnum are going to go ahead and buy that to make sure they have a bit of hold here versus, a bit of attack, I should say, versus Sentinels. And a quick play towards Showers. So Sick grabs the info that no play for the orb just yet, but utility, double utility, expended towards that area already.
Yeah, it seems like not much coming from the util there from Magnum on that Showers position, but a retake from FNATIC regardless of this position, contacting in, which is an interesting look at things because, of course, you know, right now, Sentinels, we talked about this before, Sentinels are pretty happy to play fairly passively and with limited information. They have B-long information right now. So we'll see exactly after that recon dart how Sentinels are going to respond here, because that's their last bit of information, is that recon. And FNATIC are looking to really slow this one down.
So it's going to be a shower push, a few more guiding light from Magnum, and then the hit. A little drone goes in. So I think Magnum is just going to be the real late lurk here. FNATIC's going to be looking to possibly teleport to him, and Magnum can clear the site, but that's been cleared off. This wall and the way TenZ is playing is not allowing that strat to happen.
No.
Now they go. Now they go.
There is just so much to say about that, but here comes the push. A quick switch up. And they're going to be holding on to this choke point right now. FNATIC, I don't know if they can get through this. A whiff paint shell, but they still can't get through that choke point. They're not going to have time to do this one. They have just simply run out of time.
Oh my word.
My God.
Damn,
this was heinous.
Exactly. That Viper wall, now we see what it does. Whether or not TenZ is standing there, the initial strat to want to TP or know if that TP area is safe is now real muddy. And we saw that. The play was to go back over to Sky on the other side of the map. But since TenZ can own this area, that doesn't happen right away. It stalled the strat at a perfect time. And FNATIC was left kind of scrambling at the end of their own, not knowing the Sentinels were going to pull that off. So we see that Viper wall again, and now we know exactly what that little corner it does by the teleporter provides, just in a mental game for Sentinels.
Might get a, I was going to say, somewhat of a battle here from FNATIC for Showers. More of a concerted effort from Sentinels to take that Showers control. But they will give it up. Sentinels not really interested to actually fight over these positions. They just want to force FNATIC to expend utility themselves, to slow down FNATIC, to keep FNATIC guessing. You know, is Sentinels pushing this? Do they have a player here?
Right. And you would think the answer is yes, because you're playing against Sentinels, right? So the dynamic and the game change that they're also providing and not pushing is causing FNATIC to have to move the chess pieces around a little more. Something they're used to. Not going to be too much of a problem. That's why we're getting such damn good games out of this. Whee!
There's nice. 2 Astra Stars there on short, though, to try to block this push. Do Sentinels have enough stall here? I don't think that they are going to be able to stall this one out, especially given the Seekers coming through here as well. Big effort, and the orbital strike is going to be popped as well from FNATIC to truly take control of this site, but they're still struggling. TenZ with a peek around the side of the smoke is keeping this effort from Sentinels alive as they swing onto the spike. FNATIC holding on, though. A 4 versus 2 advantage for them at this point. The recon dart sent flying, but it really seems difficult here. TenZ needs to find that first magic kill to start setting the action into motion. He does get it, but he's going to lose Shazam in the meantime. Heal comes through, and Doma with the peak. FNATIC closing it down 3-1 now.
Really nicely played by FNATIC there. You know, we see TenZ coming in, missing that nade. Sick coming in, missing that nade. It would have been actually very big to get into Showers. So a few mistakes there on a Sentinels kind of retake. Defense retake. I'm just getting back and forth now that we watch the replay there. But it always changes you when you see the name switching from red to blue in a replay because of how the players see it. But yeah, seeing that nade come back over and not be able to get into the site was huge. Great utility usage by FNATIC at the end of the round. They're up 3 now on their own pick, or up 2, I should say, with 3-1. And we'll see if they get this long B play to work once again. The wall is still there, played from Sentinels.
Yeah, this is a very fast play. Oh my god, Tender's going in!
Oh dear.
With the Empress, he's unable to find it. It's such a smart move, but the timing isn't going to work out. The Showstopper will deal with him. And this isn't a really interesting for FNATIC. You know, they have the ability here to actually just keep the pressure up but not commit. Shazam taking down Doma. I'm not sure if that changes things here. 1 HP there for Durka. And there's the Showstopper coming through from Sick as well. So many weak players here. Dapper will finish off Magnum. The trade through to Sick. The question is still whether or not they're going to commit to the site, and there is the answer. The quick switch up through the TP to that A attack, which is where Zoms lies in wait.
Zoms always the anchor. Always good for 2.
Welcome to my world.
Timing here from Zoms.
This should be the walk-in. Nobody cleared his right. He actually just fires in. So Zoms gives himself up. And there's the TP. Knowing one more was coming, that's going to be the Vandal for himself. And we'll see if Zoms can have it. 39 HP combined versus the 42 of Zoms. It's a one-shot on each. A collat if he hits it. And they're going to spread out for this. Viper bites there, but he's going to play elbow. Mystic is not in position for that.
This is so completely doable here for Zoms. Oh, especially like that. Durka does not hear any of the
All he has to do is
cues.
tap it. I wonder if there's a relay from the team of the HP here. 34 feels like enough to take a headshot, but he does have 150, and a tap and go is what he needs. There's the tap. Oh, it's a bounce from elbow! And he thinks it's from long! Oh, Mystic, you 5-head, man! Oh my word, what a play!
Yeah, Zoms really needed him to have no snake fight available to win that one.
Oh, I thought it was unavailable. From that position, he would have to peek out, but he doesn't. And literally sends Zoms for a little ring around the rosy there. What a play. What a well-deserved round for FNATIC there.
Yeah, so awesome to have multiple lineups for that. Very, very smart.
Oh my god. You love to see it. You love to see those.
That's so great. And that's FNATIC 4-1. And it's looking like a struggle here for Sentinels. They're on a half buy. A couple, a judge. Zoms, of course, saving the Vandal. And 3 Sheriffs. So not to be trifled with this setup here from Sentinels. We'll see if they can make anything from it. Durka has the Hunter's Fury. No ults available here for Sentinels. Ooh, Zoms taking it to the face.
Spike down A.
I have the spike. Quick chomp there. 2 down now. Dapper coming in with that judge. He's got a bit of work to do. He's in U-Haul trying to wait it out right now, but we don't see FNATIC wanting U-Haul. They'll throw up the Viper wall for that, let it be pushed and let it be pressured, and then they're like, yeah, fine. Does U-Haul really need to be taken if we defend it? We'll find out what that answer is. No, right now. And 5-1 as FNATIC move forward. It's something I've noticed more and more, Dan, is U-Haul's kind of become this thing where we have to take it. You can't plant. And now it's like, we'll fight them from there. Let them choke themselves up in U-Haul. And the round really doesn't revolve that much around it anymore.
Yeah, if you have the right positions to deal with it, it's
right.
Can definitely mitigate that loss. And we go into another buy round here for Sentinels, who certainly are currently all aboard the struggle bus. We'll see if they're able to get off of this next stop.
Just doesn't seem like they can adapt and come up with that regular Sentinel way of shutting down a strat. I think it's because FNATIC's not really setting a precedent.
Oh no!
Doing. You just get that out of Sick. That's what you need, though. Oh my word, Dan.
Oh, it always feels bad when you like get an opponent concussed, so like you breach off that, and they just like hit you with that first bullet. That's pretty incredible there from Sentinels. What a start! They popped the Viper's pit as well on short. So here for FNATIC, they're feeling like there's no other answer than this B push. The brute force has to be what brings them over the line here. They'll get the initial pick, but they're quite tagged up, and Zoms is going to be able to delay this.
Quick drone in. Shazam steals that. Looks like They'll be firing Hunter's Furies back and forth. Doesn't have to peek out. Oh, he gets the spam though as Zom keeps himself within the tub just perfectly on the Hunter's Fury. Now it's going to be Util flying into that hookah. And Durka and Mystic have their work cut out for them. See if they can gain a few alt points here along with credits before they get pinched in. If they go one side here, they're only going to find Viper. That could be huge, leaving Sentinels out of position, but it looks like it's going to be pretty much a save here to see what they can do.
Yeah, it's such a difficult spot. It doesn't feel like there's any answer here for FNATIC. So you start to assess, okay, well, what can we do? What is the best result from what we have? And it's, you know, either a save or doing a lot of economic damage. The preference on the save, it looks like. You know, FNATIC are going to have a pretty solid economy. So, or at least I think that they should. We'll see the money maybe in a moment. But there could be an argument for them to go for kills to weaken Sentinels' money, but
right.
I'm sure if that was the case, then they would be doing that.
Well, we're seeing it kind of tip over into alt realm, right? You have, sometimes you'll get the, I mean, the first time we saw these teams play, it was a round 3 dueling Bladestorm from both Durka and Tens when they were on Icebox. So now we're into 4, 5, 6, we're getting to round 8. And you see more ultimates. You see them start to kind of string together, and that was Dapper being able to use a Viper's Pit to just push the team to the other side of the map, right? So slowly, Sentinels is finding ways to secure themselves around by setting the pace with those ultimates, as we saw FNATIC doing that last map as well with Mystic's ult.
Yeah.
See what they have here going in.
A couple notes here is that we have both Seekers and Orbital Strike available. Two great offensive ultimates there for FNATIC. So I'm sure they would be looking to try to find a way to use those here in this round if they can. At the same time that Sentinels have that information as well. So, you know, no one's playing U-Haul, you know, like some of these obvious spots. Just we're seeing the presence from FNATIC, you know, running that default, trying to make it look like it could be anything. Oh, look at this from Sentinels. They go for a push.
At least the info to say they're not long, so maybe we can lean somebody else towards the other site. Right now, they're playing full Sentinels retake. You can see that here. It looks like they all actually might crush through the teleporter, use Viper's wall to then come through showers and route mid if they don't all rotate and lean back with the way Sick is about to rotate. So this wall that Viper has up, that Dapper has up, cuts off so many angles, creates so many pockets, and I wonder if that will be their TP through.
Look at this delay, Riv. This is an insane delay on short. This is going to cause problems here for FNATIC. They've got to get... I don't think there's anything that can deny the spike being planted, though, but the sheer immense delay has created a lot of time here for the rotation for Sentinels, and 6 in that U-Haul position.
45 seconds once it's planted to get back over to the spike and get that defused. Nobody went through the teleporter. Here comes the Hunter's Fury to distract, to disrupt. And that's going to make only a bit of movement come out of FNATIC. They feel comfortable here. Sick grabs one in the little crouch right step and shot.
They're trying to fight from the back of short here. It's looking difficult. The Orbital Strike comes through to try to deny the spike, and it will do just that, taking down the diffuser. Zombs has to get these forward kills. The hold, the stick is
oh my god!
It's going to drop Dapper, and it doesn't look like there's time here for Zombs to win this one. Can't find the spray. It's Boaster all day. And that is going to lock in another one. A very close one there from FNATIC, but they do it nonetheless. 6-2 in advantage.
Clutch. Absolutely clutch coming in there from Showers. What a flank. What a timing. Boaster on the delay, whether it's the Viper, whether it's the Mollies, whether it's the Orbital ult. Oh my word. Boaster just playing it super well there. Calm, cool, collected. And then a bit of hype. Coming into round 9.
On that. Look at this aggression though, Riv. In the next round, the Sentinels are looking to try to strike back here, just take initiative away. And they've done just that. They've got the early pick. That's a great opener for Sentinels.
Picked up. Shazam trying to get closer and closer to those ultimates again to make sure they have a way to stop FNATIC on these rounds. They're just out shooting now. The momentum has been gained. They may have dropped a bit at the end during the overtime of Split, but FNATIC from map to map are ones to be able to string that momentum together. Ten's hiding in the same spot, except they're not playing the wall this time. So you kind of see the precedence they set off that play. Tens will only be there when the wall's there. Now it's an off angle. And he hopes to be able to just kind of dismiss either way into the teleport and get himself to safety there. So interesting adaptation as they try to catch FNATIC off. But FNATIC's movement has just been so good. They're not falling for any of these traps.
Oh, I was just about to say, such a good punish from Tens that angle is players will often think that they're safe once they've cleared hookah to jump up there, to spot backside.
One enemy remaining.
But they were baited into a false sense of security, and Tens gets that kill, and his teammates will do pretty much the same elsewhere on the map here. It's looking like a really great round here now as Mystic is the only one left. Sentinels are going to be getting that flawless, unless...
10 seconds left.
Unless...
Oh! Hey, you got to hold one of the angles, right? You're always like, but what if I hold in the middle of the angle? Well, then you just have a less % chance to get to the right or left. So if you're on the right angle, you have a better chance. Prime Gaming Flawless. We've had a few come in through this map as I blabber on about random stuff. And Tens nicely opening that one up after a very quiet round. Both teams really stretching the info to see what they can get before they make something happen here. And a good pickup there, 6-3. You can see the stack of money on the side of FNATIC lower and lower, as they only got 1,900 coming into this round. 2,400 if they lose this one. So really only about $2,600, $2,700 with a win will be in FNATIC's bank account.
I love this from Tens. This is why, Tens is scary. Very powerful in these positions where he tries to walk and find contact. If he hits that first shot, changes everything. And that early aggression is alarming if you're FNATIC. And I love this from Sentinels. They shore up now to defend this hookah position. Maybe after that long push, FNATIC will think, well, this might be easier to take.
Oh. Whoa.
Uh-oh. Oh, 7 HP. That's the paint shells, though. He's going down. And Tens is going to drop down. They anticipate it. And FNATIC play perfectly off of these opening picks, swarming the site, trading through. And it cannot be stopped.
I question putting that many people in hookah with the Raze ult up, but okay. You do what you got to do. FNATIC absolutely took that one home. Oh my god, sick. Comes up, this nade's gonna enter the tube. He may be able to displace Boaster a bit as Boaster makes his way out. A little satchel for the peak, and he's going with 7 bullets. Feels confident for a few tap-taps.
This is gonna be a tough one. And it's not gonna work out. Boaster takes him down. A lot to ask for there from Sick. Beautiful transfer though. Great display of those individual mechanics that we know everybody in Sentinels has, as well as FNATIC. It's so juicy. We've got to look at it again, of course. Beautiful. I mean, the third one, I feel like he's winning that fight if the peak.
Yeah, Boaster was like, wait,
there.
no. But yeah, I feel like Sentinel's kind of losing track of the fact that Raze had ult there. Obviously, there's a chance that, we don't get Doma going hookah, but to stick that many people in hookah with an ult up is very, very scary. And Sentinels fell prey to FNATIC strat on that one towards B. It is going to be spiked down here. Sick getting his return. A little medicine that he can deliver as well. And that's going to be a nice first blood on this round for him as Boaster gets taken down and can't grab any more info for the team.
And it's also difficult because Boaster, he was one off of his orbital strike. And he has the smokes. This is not the agent you want to be losing before being committed into a push. Oh, hello, Sick. He's going to get caught in a very awkward position there with the paint shells out. Dapper will trade at least. In goes the snake bite, but Dapper, he's got to get out of there. He's not in a position to hold that anymore. Tenso, with all of the utils still up on short A, is able to take advantage. Out comes the Trailblazer, though, but it doesn't look like anybody can punish that. Tens keeps the pressure on the planter there, and that's going to be a wrap. Sentinels, great recovery.
7-5. That score looks familiar for a first half. Let's see if we can get there. Sentinels will bring it back, or the 8-4 becomes the momentum that FNATIC gets to work with. Sick over the molly, nice and quick. And then they held Cat. Oh my word. Just Doma flying through like a freight train. I love when these duelists commit for FNATIC and Sentinels. They are full in there. There's no hesitation. It's where we're getting some of these awesome plays from. Last round of your first half. Let's see what Magnum decides to go. He still goes to Spectre with the full armor. Bulldog for Durka. And rifles on the side of Sentinels here. We'll see what they end with.
Yeah, we can see again that exchange to take control of showers for both sides. Typically, Sentinels, they show light presence to to help FNATIC overcommit their util, and then here's the retake util for Sig. So, who used more? Sig's in a pretty good spot. He actually wants to keep pushing this one. He's going to go for the fight. Wow, Bosa's ready for it, and Dapper's there too, showing presence. So right now, what this also says to FNATIC is that there's a very limited defense on short, because there's two players that just showed themselves on showers.
Exactly, and taking Raze down is huge. Raze bind, two things that synergize. Your nade can basically stop every plant that happens on that site. So now, actually, a lot of freedom is gained by FNATIC here, and they can take a lot more space without thinking that agency of paint shells will come flying down. Ooh, Dapper cleaned up Boaster as he fakes it once again. This is a lot like that first round or second round strat they ran.
Yeah, this was a fantastic fake. Pulled all the players out of the B side of the map for the B attack to come through. Lovely stuff here from FNATIC. Oh, TenZ comes through though with a vengeance with that Vandal. Takes down Doma. Looking for more. The Empress is out there. He's very dangerous right now as TenZ starts storming through. He is alone, of course, but again, very dangerous in any fight. Trying to make it impossible here for TenZ with this post-plant utility. The Poison Orb, very hard to deal with. Snakebite comes through as well. And at a certain point, TenZ has to get this halfway at least. Coming off of it here, trying to bait out these players. They're just not giving it to him. They're playing this one perfectly, making it impossible for TenZ. Very well done by FNATIC. You can't give TenZ anything.
No, you can't. And you can see him trying to use every tactic that would be in a player's arsenal for that situation. Tapping the spike to draw someone out. Creating a fake firefight to draw someone out. And by that, I mean you shoot your gun, kind of make the enemy believe you've made contact with one of their teammates. Nobody was biting from FNATIC. They played that super smart. TenZ was doing everything he could there. And like you said, you cannot give TenZ a thing, and FNATIC didn't.
And here we go, moving to the second half of Map 2 in this grand final. We're going to flip the script here. And I'm curious what Sentinels will be able to accomplish here on their attack, whether they'll have a better time of it versus their defense. FNATIC's attack is very strong on this map. Very forward setup here on short from FNATIC. Love to see that.
So that nade they just threw, the Poison Orb, actually has no effect because there's such a push already coming from FNATIC. So FNATIC are like, okay, that orb's a fake. They're definitely going B.
Oh, Shazam! That's a nice
They're not
flick.
wrong.
That is a very good save. If that was a 2K for FNATIC, things would get very hairy very quickly. But look at how they're positioning here. Sentinels are all trying to take control around Garden and Long. Completely evacuated the sites. A couple players quite weak here. Mystic's also low for FNATIC, so this could really go either way here. Durka trying to get the positional information. I think they understand what's going on right now on FNATIC. There comes the spam into the smoke, or just on the edge of the smoke.
Wait a minute.
Stick from Boaster.
Wait a minute. They don't know where it is. Ping it.
Boaster's getting the stick, and that's FNATIC picking up the pistol. Oh no, Sentinels. Boaster, he's right on the edge there of that smoke.
Everybody was shooting at the middle of the box. Did they forget where they planted? That is not something that can happen. Great job by Boaster getting in there. Tuck and roll, gets himself in for the defuse, under pressure, cutting the right wire, and what a play there. At the identification that everybody was long with Durka getting a great owl drone in there, Boaster was like, okay, let's go for the smoke defuse. Just fearless. Great job by FNATIC there. 9-4 as they pick up some pistol rounds. I'm sure the FNATIC fans are happy about that one.
Yeah, definitely. They're looking really good here on what I think in a lot of cases you could look at as one of their home maps. FNATIC are extremely good at this.
Home and away, yep.
And so, you're expecting to see this confident performance. That said, TenZ has a Sheriff. He's going to creep out of showers in the forward position. He takes down one. Now it starts to get scary because TenZ is on a roll with the Sheriff as now Sentinels have more ground to work with, more space to start to take. It starts to get quite constrictive. here for FNATIC. Not really many places to stand as they try to retake this. And Tense is on these angles with this Sheriff. Finally, he'll go down, but has he done too much damage?
Tens with the Sheriff, Zombs with that damn Frenzy. I'm not sure how they do it over and over again. The stick in here, that's going to be a Spectre. Double Spectre coming in now from FNATIC. Dapper with the Ghost. Can he do just that? Cannot take down Durka. That's a jumping classic with a little bit of cheese on the end. And will they be able to protect this spike?
Yeah, this is looking very difficult. Zombs in the back as well. Sentinels. Great conversion there from them. Again, you're just getting that forward creep out of showers. You can see it right here. Tens is in a position to punish as that utility comes through. And, you know, he's just so confident in all these peaks. Brilliant round there from Sentinels. And a needed round because FNATIC are really looking very good when things are going according to plan. So spicing things up a little bit, Sentinels.
They are. You're definitely trying to find ways in and around FNATIC's methodical play. They love to stay structured. We kind of said that in the first time these teams played, is that the way the Polish and the Turkish teams like CNED and the other really aggressive teams they would play back in Europe was through a few players beating them, like CNED going ham, able to just destroy that structure FNATIC likes to keep together. Here, they're not really letting Sentinels into that structure. FNATIC are still able to play their game, but with rounds like we just saw, you can see Tens still makes something like that possible here. Sick and Zombs coming up big as this is that save round for FNATIC. And Dan, another thing to mention is, as we said before, Icebox and Haven in their first meeting, those pistol rounds went 1-1. So this is just kind of going the way of how these teams play. 1-1 on pistol rounds.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what you love to see, just making it as even as possible, even out the variance as much as possible.
Exactly.
And a lovely Prime gaming for this moment here, particularly from Sick at the ends.
Boop.
And that's ult charge. That's the showstopper now ready to go because of those 3 kills. And Tens also has the Emperor, so a lot of offensive power from the abilities there, ready to go for Sentinels.
And just a few rounds into the second half too. That's a lot of stuff to start with, and that's where you can start to turn the tides of the map. When you know the opponents are back on a bye round, but a win would throw them back onto an eco, you can go for the throat, you can use these ultimates, and we might just see the showstopper being presented here.
Yeah, the double satchel perhaps out there. There's already players here, though. So the question is, I mean, Sentinels have no presence on the A side of the map. It does really feel like they're going to commit to this. That's a great opening pick there onto, again, a very important agent. That's the Brimstone gone. Sky's gone as well. FNATIC in a very bad spot. Look at this, though, Sentinels. They're just holding their ground. They're cutting the noise. They're looking to force a mistake from FNATIC.
Deep dart from Sand there coming in from Shazam. They know that Pocket's clear and just a little bit around Pocket, but Garden has not been, they have not regained control there. So a lot of damage can be done from Doma. They do decide to use the showstopper to create more space, and this one will fizzle out. But the intentions were there and the space has been made. Oh my word.
That's close. Yeah,
beautiful. You see what they're still thinking about, Dan, all the time. Any of us would have felt comfortable to plant, gone down, and the round could go anyway, but the players are always ready to make a move.
It's such an interesting dilemma, too, when if you go back a little bit into the spot where Sentinels are sitting in that 5v3, and at that point, FNATIC have to stack something, or they have to split up. And so just by waiting, because Sentinels don't have anyone on the A side of the map, but nor do FNATIC. So by Sentinels waiting, they're still guaranteed the ability to maybe punish FNATIC if FNATIC try to push for info towards B. Sentinels will be set up to just mow them down. Or if it's the case that FNATIC split up, then Sentinels get an even stronger attack. And even if there's a gamble on B, well, Sentinels still have the ultimate advantage, so they're still in advantage. So they just give themselves more opportunities to be ahead by cutting the noise and waiting after these picks. Oh, that's actually such a gross kill to get through the bottom of the wood there.
Word. And kind of looking at these past few rounds as well, I should say looking at the maps we've seen throughout teams playing Bind here at Masters Reykjavik, is that Hookah wasn't always attacked throughout these games. It's usually the Rays. Things will happen, but we see Sentinels going there over and over, drawing some smokes, drawing some util. Last round it was 3 in there as they get pushed here through mid. FNATIC coming up strong with this eco. Actually, it's a rifle eco. Spectre there for Boaster and Vandals, Phantoms around the board.
Yeah, really aggressive stuff coming in here for both teams. It's like playing F-match at this point. Though it's just Durka and Boaster left now against 5 players, so certainly a grim outlook after the dust settles. And Sentinels just sticking together. They're not putting anything to chance here, making it as hard as possible here for FNATIC. Ooh, with that said though, it's starting to get a little problem in Boaster, but he's going to get taken down. 9-8.
Knowing there's so much chaos there. Oh my word. I think what they went with was a low amount of util rifle buys, so they didn't hurt the economy too much. And Spectre, if you could, to keep the money kind of in place for the next few rounds and not fall too much to the wayside here. We'll see as they come out. Yeah, they still have quite a bit of money on their side. They are currently getting 2,900 for each win, so add that to the left side of all that credit score, 2,900 on top of that. So they'll be fine next round, but still, it's the Durka Marshall round, Dan. What can he put up for the team? And can he surprise him?
Yeah, well, we have a Showers control, and it's actually a walk all the way through for Durka, but he will get caught, unfortunately, for Durka. I like the idea. But, you know, Sentinels, they're just waiting, holding every extremity because they're looking for pushes, and they're going to find one on either extremity. Magnum on B long, and Durka on Showers.
Magnum has been putting a pretty hard precedent on pushing long. That's the second time he's been taken down. Zoms was able to do it with a Spectre earlier. So he's kind of playing off just a repeated motion there, which FNATIC seems to be falling into. Zoms has found it out. Now they push into sight. That U-Haul control is looked at, and it will be gained slightly by a bit of that Viper bite from Dapper. And now it's going to be the plant. Sick getting out of there with a little bit of toxic waste on his feet.
Yeah, Ten's creeping through Showers. Dangerous, very dangerous indeed. Able to finish off Doma, and he's not going to stop with that one. He's looking to bring it all home here in this round at least. And there we go. Sentinels closed it down with another Prime Gaming flawless for them. 9-9, all tied up here, and all of a sudden, it's starting to get scary. Just like it got scary for Sentinels on that first map, it's looking scary for FNATIC as they lose momentum on their home map.
Ooh. And there's that push again. Zoms able to take care of. Obviously, again, this round being a bit of a save here, so FNATIC's going to put themselves out a little bit, push lanes, figure out what they can find, and use that intel. Unfortunately, it was a lot of Sentinels being ready for the push. And at 9-9, we have a tactical timeout here. We did say this would be a buy for FNATIC, but again, to recap, the econ at max loss credit, it's 2,900. So if FNATIC lose again, you can see Mystic will have 3,400, 3,600 for Boaster, and you're looking at 39 for that AK full armor buy, and then to add your utility in, so you're not halved in there. So you can see the pressure Sentinels are starting to put on through the econ game, through the map game, and starting to figure out FNATIC here.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, because, you know, so much of it came from Tens having that opening from Showers oh so long ago with that Sheriff, you know, winning around like that, winning the thrifty situation. That changed things so much because FNATIC was set up, you know, they won the pistol. They're set up to really set themselves into a strong opening on this second half. But now Sentinels have this huge string of rounds, and that's got to feel oppressive if you're FNATIC. Definitely a drop in confidence. So we'll see what they're able to muster as we get back into this one. Oh, looking like on the minimap, are we going to see anything, any aggression there towards B long? We might.
Not sure.
See, there's initial flashes. And certainly Showers control coming through as well for Sentinels.
Careful here.
Let's get into it. Over to the right. Viper walls both on A, intersecting right towards the default spike plant. It's going to be, it's the first time they've had so many towards B, just kind of rushing it out. Is something, I think we might have a push through the teleporter from Raze here at the end. If Sick wants to do it, he may rotate back though. And it looks like it is going to be FNATIC setting up to retake this A site.
Yeah, that's big too, getting rid of that Viper pit and everything that was, on that side. So now it looks really difficult here for FNATIC. They've got 4 players on this retake. Magnum is there from Showers, but his position's known now. Yeah, this is a very difficult scenario for FNATIC. They're going to have to be...
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I thought Magnum's position was known because of the flash, but they have no idea that he's there, and that changes absolutely everything. 2 opening kills, the orbital strike. That's going to force 1 player out of position. Magnum has now spotted Shazam in the corner, and so it falls onto Shazam. He's going to go down. My God! FNATIC. Just because of Magnum having that position, that really threw everything. It seemed like I thought that they would know he was there, but hey man, it's hard to hear everything when there's so much happening.
Oh my word.
Amazing.
Able to pick those frags up, so nicely done. And if you can remember, what happened between the first interaction, or the first meeting of these two teams was Sentinels was picking up a hell of a lot of sprays through the smoke. So it's only right FNATIC, puts a few under their belt here for this game.
I think Bosa with that pick as well got the orbital strike. I might be wrong, but either way,
absolutely huge.
It's, yeah, kind of crazy, but we'll see if that is enough to kind of tip FNATIC over the edge here. Sentinels still with a solid buy going into this round. They have that quick hookah control. We saw that in the previous round. But, Sick was only here with the paint shells and the harassment just to, really create that strong sense of presence, and he fell out of that position.
Sick tempting hookah right now. Yeah, continuously back and forth. This is the first time they really don't send a bunch of people into hookah. Now, as they start to walk towards. Different setup, however, for FNATIC on that defensive side. Easy bass pack into the teleporter if Doman needs it. But if there is a lot of sound towards long, he can activate Showstopper and clear that path out immediately. So darts are going in. A little bit of knowledge now to FNATIC that a B site hit may be taking place.
Oh, Sick! Able to take down Magnum. I really like the garden and long defense here from FNATIC, but it's going to be tough for them to hold it. It's a strong push coming through. Durka, that is a phenomenal pick to find, and he gets straight out of there as well. The 3 versus 4, the Showstopper's out, but it's not going to be able to do anything at this point. Zom's holding the push against Durka. Durka walks straight into Zoms. The ever-patient, ever-methodical Zoms. Now FNATIC, they're going to need a lot more than a methodical approach to make this work. 2v4. Sentinels looking good to tie the scoreline up here. It looks like the save is called. So one quick note, Riv, we heard from like this very small snippet of team comms we got from FNATIC, was we heard Bosa saying at the beginning, I think of after they won the pistol, he said that Sentinels don't really play the Showers control. They don't really play Showers, is what he said. And we've seen that a lot of the time so far, that Sentinels haven't really been putting too much emphasis around Showers in the early portion of the round. And a lot of these rounds also, we haven't necessarily even seen FNATIC doing it.
Yeah. I think the Showers game for Sentinels at this point is a mind game with the wall, right? They can go there. There will be times they are, but you're always going to see that wall. And that's what will slow you down in the first place, to wonder what options could be brought out, right? Could be somebody hiding on the left, somebody hiding on the back right. As soon as you clear the wall into Showers, there could again be someone on the back left. And then once you get into sight, you don't have full vision. So it just adds a whole different level of Sentinels having to get in there. And it seems to be that the shower control just is not something that they want.
Yeah, and a quick note here, we have the Seekers and Showstopper available for FNATIC. FNATIC also have no money. If they lose this round, they're in trouble. Sentinels typed in the cheat code. They have full money. They have infinite money. They'll never run out of money for the rest of this match and regulation. So the pressure is hugely on FNATIC. They must convert this round. They've just used the Seekers for info, and so now all they have is the Showstopper. Look at the slow default from Sentinels again. They're just really sweating out FNATIC. FNATIC not moving a muscle. They have hookah control. They've got garden control. They're playing that 3-2 setup. 3B2A. Mid-run info with the drone. We'll see nothing there. And the rotation comes through as a result. And there goes the push from Sentinels into A. This is a scary moment, Riv, for FNATIC.
Everything's a stall right now. Any utility coming out is just saying you cannot pass this choke point. That wears off. Mystic puts himself in a very tough spot to find a win from that fight. And now 20 seconds left in the round. A little toss over from Doma as he lost the spike, or sorry, the paint shells right over towards the spike. And it looks like they may have just enough time, but it is going to be very tight to get the spike down. Boaster with the classic, and he is going to be throwing the molly down on that.
10 seconds left.
They're going to grab the spike. Are they going to be able to get anything out of it? Yes, they take down Boaster. 10's wrapping around the corner, and Sentinels convert the round. And we talked about how desperate things look for FNATIC on the money. We'll see just how bad it is, or is not.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how much they went into util, there's things you can do to save yourself a few bucks. But we will see. What a cheeky little play from Boaster coming around. But unfortunately, the flank was flanked, and that's all you can see about it. And there you are. You're correct. The money is just not going to be there, and we see setups already trying to come through a little bit for the side of FNATIC, but it's going to be Sheriffs and Magnum with a Spectre. He's a guy who's been putting up a lot of frags, so I can see that Spectre doing a lot of work here, even against Sentinels rifles.
Ooh, Bosa dodges the boombot there as well. And he's going to walk through the smoke to ask questions of this one. Really interesting. But because Bosa sees Sick falling back, that is very indicative that Sentinels will be playing more towards A. But now that he's been seen, you know, Sentinels know that that's indicative. So they know that the rotation would likely go towards A. So now they can reset and go towards B. So it's you know, adaptation upon adaptation based on what happens. Oh, 10.
And now to push forward. So that will cause a little bit of movement out of FNATIC. They don't really have a forward strat they want here. They're holding angles with Sheriffs. So it's still going to be very tough. Boaster there just with a sliver of health under the window, and if he even moves, Sick is going to take his beret right off. There it is.
And in the sight, Sick goes double satchel all the way to the back to claim the space as a reward from the pick. And looks like one by one, you know, Sentinel. I mean, you have to give credit to Sentinels, how well they're playing this. Ooh, quick kill there. Mystic trying to get cheeky with the wallbang there, but Tapper will get the spike down in time.
Oh, that was close. Nice sonar bolt. Trying to hit somebody inside and outside. Sentinels pick up another one. Look at game point for map 2. FNATIC's pick. FNATIC with the higher win percentage here as well, but we've seen since split already, these teams are going to take each other to the last rounds no matter whose map it is, Dan.
Definitely. Absolutely. Fantastic matchup between these two teams. Certainly worthy of a grand final for the first ever global Valorant event. These two teams are making history. And
Dapper with an up? Double up? What? Okay. Oh, yeah, my word.
I mean, they have so much money, so they can just do this to hold picks at the beginning of the round.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You swap that one out. Uh-oh. Here comes the Hunter's Fury. Oh, it's going to tag one. Oh, can Dober escape? He does manage to escape.
Quick jump.
Had to use the satchel, indeed.
I think that Zoms is one of the ones that picked up the operator too. Says, okay, Doma, if you want to push, we'll shoot you. And Sick gets dropped in hookah.
Beautiful. Now with that pick, FNATIC, Sentinels rather, have to start gravitating towards the site and they have to push. They can't stay spread out here. Boaster looking to hold on to hookah, which is where Sentinels are trying to regroup. So I don't know that they'll be able to push hookah anytime soon, with Magnum also helping here. Boaster trying to play into the smoke for a flash play. It's been a little bit messed up here for FNATIC, and Magnum's going to get sent to his death. Oh, they messed the timing up on that one. Oh, Boaster's trying to hide. He's got to get the kill onto 10s. Gets traded out, though. This is absolutely insane, Riv. And in the meantime, Durka has actually pushed into backside. They might not know that he's here. And the spike plant comes through. It's a huge bait. Is it going to be covered? No! The transfer from Durka is good to take down both. It leaves it up to Dapper now. He's got to just stick the plant straight away. They're going to respect that he might try to come off of it immediately, but he's going to get that plant going. And now it's the 1v2. He has to isolate these players, and Doma connects with the headshot to bring it in for FNATIC to keep their chances alive in map 2.
What a play, what a strat. It did seem that the fumble in hookah was something that cost FNATIC, but I still think Boaster in that situation was able to grab the info, the identity of enough agents that would be putting the pressure down on the site so the team could make that decision to rotate. It looked a little messed up, but I'm sure the comms were there, and then the shots for the rest of FNATIC came through. Are we going to another overtime? 2 maps in a row. We're going to find out right here, as this round will tell us. Round 24. Let's see what happens. Ults up, Hunter's Fury there for Durka. It is the Orbital Strike for Boaster, along with a Viper's Pit, and the Cosmic Divide on the other side for Sentinels.
Yes, a pretty good amount of ults for sure to see FNATIC in a really good position to actually play retake with the Orbital Strike and the Hunter's Fury. So that might impact how they play the setups. You can see Boaster's much more defensive around elbow. They've got one player committed on the site. Sick is going to go straight into Magnum. That's a very good kill to find. Boaster pops out, takes down Dapper. The Orbital Strike comes through so he can deny the push. The trades can't be there for Sentinels, but still, it's a 3v3. Still, the spike is in control for Sentinels.
Oh my gosh.
However, this push from TenZ, they don't expect it. And TenZ is going to be able to hold this backhaul by himself.
A 3v2 pivotal play there by TenZ. The teleport's going to come in. He's going to be able to hold the site. The flash goes up. It's not going to matter. Dirk is able to take him out as the Leer goes away. Cosmic Divide is there. It's the last ultimate that's going to be available for this round. No one has a chance to grab another. Spike planted default now. Durka and Mystic versus Shazam and Zoms.
Here comes FNATIC. Slowly edging their way forward. The tap of the spike, forcing out peaks, forcing out utility here. Sentinels, they know where one of them is. I don't know that they know where Zoms is just yet. Shazam is blocked off by this. Again, trying to fake it out. And there goes the peek from Zoms. He had to peek in case of the stick. And now here comes the stick. Shazam trying to dance. It's up to Mystic. He protects Durka. And we're going to another overtime here on map 2.
Oh my word, Dan. This is exactly why I wanted to see these map selections go through. It's just, it put pressure each team. We would get an amazing series, and that's what's coming through right now. These teams are able to read each other in the final moments that they need to of each round. Back and forth, and we're going to another overtime here. It doesn't get any more even than this in a grand finals. Your first 2 maps going to OT.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. There's just so many. This is an unlimited amount of things to talk about, honestly, that are just very interesting. But we don't have time because we're straight into the action here between FNATIC and Sentinels. And again, this is FNATIC's home map, much like Split was Sentinels' map to win that they had to win. Sentinels clenched it in overtime. Can FNATIC do just that here as well? Starting off on the attack.
Darts are out, a lot of control. That could be a great shock dart. A little bit more damage onto the side of FNATIC. Boaster down to 47 HP as TenZ and Sick open up, and that's going to be 3 quick frags.
This certainly makes things very awkward here for FNATIC. Boaster's stuck B long. His cross to the TP's being held. He's going to go down. And Magnum, sure, Magnum has the spike, but and a minute to play with, but against 4 players and with no teammates to speak of, it's very difficult, and you are going for it in an overtime. So we'll have to see what he's able to find. Interestingly, we're going to get Sentinels actually playing a 1-3. We'll get TenZ moving across now to assist Shazam.
Little lean over now. They're going to be able to play the dart game as much as they want. As soon as they hear something go in, that's a dart from behind. Never mind. That's just TenZ. 13-12. Is that one spread FNATIC a little thin off the entry? It just seems like as soon... we've only got 2 maps on this, and 2 overtimes to see it, but as soon as Sentinels have that overtime refresh, it's a different team than what we've seen for the past rounds that got us to OT. They just kind of come out firing, not even holding hard angles, and they just throw you for a loop, and FNATIC could not find a way back in on that. Now, FNATIC gets to play the defense, and Sentinels has to come up with the strategy.
I think in general, whenever Sentinels are in overtime, again, it doesn't matter what team they're playing, I feel like they're an advantage in overtime. So they're a very, very good team in overtime.
Right.
Well,
right.
we can go into that maybe in more detail in a moment. But you know, getting back into this one here, FNATIC looking to keep themselves alive in this second map. It is the best of 5, but again, they really need to win this bind. Dapper with his patented jump peaks.
A lot of util considering they would try to hide here. That was a drone as well that came in. They may have figured that drone got shot by somebody on the right, but it was shot from backside, I believe. So nade and shock bolt are out. Boaster to drop sick right there. Beautiful wall into Hookah.
Yeah, trying to get info there with the flashbang. Dapper reclaiming the position, spotted now. That's going to tell FNATIC exactly what's happening. There's Boaster's smoke to try to deny entry. He also drops the incendiary, so that if they were to push it through that smoke, they would get absolutely wrecked, so they have to respect it. They've also lost 6, so they don't have anyone to satchel in. They're going to be dropping straight in front of Magnum. He's going to take down 2. Huge result there from Magnum as Sentinels struggled desperately to get themselves on the site, and they're going to do just that. But in comes Mystic from the back. And speaking of the back, it's Zoms from backside. He's got to try to recover the spike. He's got 10 seconds. FNATIC can play the time here and force him to plant, but there's nowhere to plant right now. Has to fall inside the structure. And that's the moment for FNATIC to get onto the site, and Zoms is going to hear it.
God.
He's going to peek out, go for it, and it's not going to land. Mystic takes him down. FNATIC draw it up.
We go again. Bring it to another OT round. FNATIC, do not let history repeat itself from map number 1. They will bring it to another overtime here. Let's get it swapped up one more time. Got to win by 2 in Magnum. I don't know if we can say his name enough throughout this tournament, but I'm pretty sure it can be said more because, man, the plays he's coming up with are giving FNATIC a breath of life in these situations.
Yeah, it's just so many amazing things happening right now. The fact that there's no raise to satchel through that, the fact they have to wait out the incendiary, and then Magnum's in the perfect position to punish. Just brilliant stuff coming through here from FNATIC to hold on for dear life. But now they're in a position, it's once again the overtime situation, it's reset. So we'll see what FNATIC can do on the attack. This was their stronger half, as it was for Sentinels too.
10's up high. A site is held by 3 for Sentinels, 2 on B, so they can keep the darts swinging. You can see Durka and Shazam kind of playing dartsies over there at B when they were firing them, holding each other. Default now by FNATIC to come through. This also becomes a game of what mistakes will our opponents make, because it is coming down to shots, just instant headshots after coming out of a smoke. Great utility usage. So anything you can grab extra here, if an opponent makes an error, they use util out of place, you want to give that time. And that's why we're seeing these rounds go all the way down. Coming up very soon here, 30 seconds is usually that hit, maybe a 25 or 15 second.
They're trying to fake the B site a little bit here and pull the rotation away because the spike's actually moving towards that A site, but TenZ is in an elevated position. He never bit that at all. He just stayed in position. And now Boaster will try to get through here, but there's very little left for him to be able to accomplish. He'll try to push through the smoke, but I mean, he's going to take down Sick, but still very difficult. Going to drop those smokes to try to get additional cover. Oh my goodness. Just trying to creep through these smokes is so dangerous. Boaster picks up another through the smoke.
So smart, so smart.
Kill through the smokes. Unreal movement here from Boaster, but putting an end to the shenanigans will be Zoms. And I mean, I think it was a really interesting play there, Riv, because FNATIC actually shot that boombot in showers with 2 players. So then at that point, I think that made Sentinels think, hang on, we're not so sure about this hookah pressure that this means anything.
I mean, it's a great call. Seeing little things like that will completely stop a rotation, or even the lean of a rotation that somebody's going to leave the site. So having TenZ pushed up in that position gives him a lot of audio of what's going on in showers, and I think he made a great call there that he was able to hear more than one. TenZ now and the rest of Sentinels back onto the attack side. This is where FNATIC was able to recoup the round and bring us to another overtime. Shazam will enter, and TenZ will follow this drone as they make their way in. Whether or not it's an orb grab is yet to be seen, and it looks like they will play full silence. Now, Shazam is on. Obviously, he'll headshot somebody, but audio duty here. What will he see, and how much room can he take?
Uh-oh, TenZ's lurk here in showers makes me feel very afraid for FNATIC.
Oh.
The drone's not even coming through to this position. TenZ, he might feel the opening here, because there is a huge opening. This is a gamble from FNATIC to leave this position open. His teammates, of course, working towards that B side of the map here, but TenZ, oh, he's going to hear the reload well, but... Oh, and
he's
here it goes
he's hearing thumping, though. Ooh, nice read. Yeah, the jumping that he's hearing, the drone being used, he's like, yeah, there's lack of util now at A. We have a better chance to hit A, but they don't have a read on where any of the FNATIC players are yet. Sentinels go in completely dry, thinking they can walk it through, and TenZ has to do a bunch of work to bring this one back into Sentinels' favor.
Yeah, he gets a couple kills. He's got the Empress. He's popped that one now. Here comes Magnum from the back. His timing is really good into this one now. Can he find another one? Boaster in the confusion takes down TenZ, who had to spin around. And now Zoms is left with 8 HP. Sandwiched between two FNATIC players. There's no time here. There is no time. FNATIC reset it again. We're going to another overtime here between FNATIC and Sentinels.
The patience, the play, the instant knowledge of what needs to be done here from FNATIC. Nobody scrambled after that. They said, play is done. Stop peeking. We're good. And Magnum again being such a huge focal point for FNATIC in this tournament. Continue to say his name because it was not one we thought we'd be saying over Durka, over Boaster, over Doma that much. Everybody's a great player, but man, is Magnum stepping up for FNATIC here. We'll see what they can do. Another overtime, Dan. Let's go. Round 29.
Absolutely, and we'll get the initial presence around showers there from Dapper and Magnum as well, sending in the flash, but just like very cheap exchange of a utility, and no one's going to actually have showers control. It looks like FNATIC are looking to just go straight for B here. They're not messing around with defaulting anymore. Oh, the drone B long has been avoided entirely, so Shazam's reading the B orb to be safe to pick up. And here comes the push. All the utility's been sent forward, and TenZ will pick off Doma as he tries to get into the site, slowing things down nicely with the Leer and then the smokes to follow it. This is very awkward now here for FNATIC.
Sentinels,
it looks like they're struggling massively.
Grab every overtime round.
Yeah.
So for them to fall back may actually put the pressure on that FNATIC needs here. But now FNATIC down to 3. 35 seconds left in the round. They are usually good at being pressured into their plants or pressuring the other team, but this might be a little too much.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, it's very difficult for sure. They've actually left Mystic lurking towards B long to hopefully get a kill, which would then allow them to rotate through the teleporter on A short. So that's one of the reasons why, you know, Mystic is in an important position here, but...
Spike down A.
There goes the TP, but it was without the frag from Mystic, so there's not a lot that Dirk is going to be able to do here with such little time. And there we go. Once again, Sentinels, they seem to have cracked the formula, at least in overtime, of defending these attacking rounds, which, let's not forget, it was like an 8-4 attacking half for FNATIC. They had it on lock in regulation.
They did. They did, and it seems like both second halves of our first two maps have been the time the opposing team, the one that's down, has been able to come back. FNATIC on the first. Sentinels here on the second. Again, they have game point over to them, and it is going to be round 30. We'll see what the rest of FNATIC can do for this one. Back onto defense. It's been feeling good for them. This whole B-long information game that's going on seems to keep coming up each round as the map then spreads out. I think this is the first time we're not getting a default here out of Sentinels to start this.
Yeah, looking to go pretty fast towards this B site, looking to catch these players off guard. But in fact, it is a rotation quickly for Doma that will be reinforcing this defense that FNATIC have set up on B.
Oh my god, all 5? The death ball?
Yeah, it's happening. They're just going to go straight for this, with Sick just contacting out. Sometimes this is the best way to do it. Sick. Oh, he almost made it backside. Boaster takes him down, protects Doma, who now sends forward the Boombot. This is going to allow FNATIC to really have a good defense.
Oh, Magnum!
Magnum again.
Down B.
But it's a 2v2 here, Rip. There's 50 seconds for Sentinels to
my
reset
gosh.
this. They're trying to fall back. Oh, that was close.
I thought he took his head off.
TP.
Mystic waiting. HP in favor of Sentinels right now. Dapper and Shazam to run around. That means the
30
IGL is
seconds
up
left.
and thinking right now. The gears are turning from where they need to go. He says it's a call back to B. And it's probably the safest plant, knowing they have a Sova, knowing they have a Viper. Off-site play is probably their best bet to get here. Drops the spike down, so Shazam himself can stay safe for that detect.
Spike planted.
And Shazam in a forward position.
Enemy remaining.
Indeed, Mystic not expecting.
Oh!
Hunter's Fury coming out, and Dapper will take down Dirk.
Wow.
Sentinel
Wow.
pick up Bind. They pick up the map of FNATIC. Map 2 goes to Sentinels, and that's a 2-0 start in this best of 5.